What it do, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we are working on the STI. Today what we have in store to do at least is to, I already got started by taking off the intake. I don't know if you guys can tell by that. I doubt it, but we're gonna attempt to change out the turbo inlet hose, because my sister might have think this one's cracked because she's having a lot of weird fuel or numbers reading on her gauge, on her access port, so she thinks it could be that. Process elimination pretty much. And Daryl's here, but yeah, we're getting started and it looks fairly easy. But once we take this out, we're gonna redo this this hose for the AOS because recently it was off, and me and Daryl had to basically redo everything. Just not really redo everything, just this hose. We had to do this hose because the hose right here, obviously you can see it. Oh, hold on. That hose right there was really short. I don't know if you guys can see it all the way down there. It's pretty a little dark, but where that clamp is at right there, that's how short the hose was, and we extended it to over here. But we don't know if it really has good clampage. Good surface clamping, because it was really hard to get in that tight area. So with everything with the turbo inlet out, and I'm gonna remove this bracket to the turbo, to the stock turbo right here. Just see if we could get better clearance in there, so we could basically clamp it better down, or maybe even redo the whole hose itself. But we'll see how far we get today. And yeah, I think she got a Rev 7 limiter. I don't know. We'll show you guys when I have it. So like I said, this is what it was. Me and Daryl took a trip out to LA to pick this up. Obviously, and not just to pick this up, but we were out there visiting Omar in San Diego. Got the boost pipe off. Now, I don't know where to start from here. Turbo is probably a size 10. A little baby size 10. What else was over here? Because this hose, hope everything lines up straight to that. Obviously gonna undo the zip tie, this hose. Probably take this bracket out to get more eye clearance, I guess. Start taking everything apart. Alright guys, little update. Yeah, you already seen we took this off, but Daryl's now taking off the other boost pipe, just so we can get this blow-off valve hose off, the one right here. Oh shit, sorry. Hey, you dropped the clamp. Just so we can get access to this hose, to the blow-off valve, so we can take it off, because as you can tell right here, focus.
Grab that clamp.
Hold on. That hose clamp right there is connected to the turbo inlet. On that one, is connected to, on the, flip that.
Which one?
It's connected to right there, that little hose outlet right there. So we're gonna obviously replace that with the new clamp on this. Once this comes off, this is easily accessible to pull the whole inlet out. Pretty much what we did was take off the all we did. This happens when truck boys get a hold of Subaru parts.
Fast guy.
But yeah, we just took off the cover. We took the bracket off right here, which was holding all the boost stuff. Like, I think it was like boost by gear or whatever. Whatever Grimspeed thing is, this is. I think it has something to do with boost, but that's what that. We had to take that off, and it was connected right here. Well, no, it was connected right here. But yeah, we're pretty much. It's pretty much ready to be pulled out. We just got to take off the blow-off valve hose. So we got the hose out. We basically unclamped it from the bottom right here, and then Daryl pulled the hose out, so it was easier to come out. And now we're getting stuck with this little sensor right here.
I don't think it's a sensor.
Or he doesn't think it's a sensor now. But yeah, we're just trying to wiggle this out. I don't know if it's supposed to go out backwards or forwards.
Do you remember that piece? That's what this feels like. Ow, that's hot.
That's what it is.
Oh, this is a vacuum. If it's not a sensor, then we're good. Because I thought we had to transfer a sensor.
Hold up.
No, but we still don't want to break it.
Hold up. I don't know what it is.
So we got the old one out. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I just literally had to pull it out, turn it and pull it, turn and pull.
We were just worried because we thought it was a sensor.
Yeah, we were just worried because we thought, because this is huge. Oh, focus. This piece is pretty big, so like I didn't know if I didn't know if it was gonna break. I didn't know if it was important. I don't know if it was a sensor or anything because it was connected to another clamp hose type thingamabobber. But yeah, that was our main concern. But it's out, and we just had to keep turning it. But it looks like once you get past this area, that's when it starts getting like soft, so you could like kind of maneuver it more. Right up to here is like where it's like actually hard. So now we're gonna wrestle this one in. Hopefully it goes in smooth, just as much as this one did. But before I'm hose clamp all these ends off, so this is for sure no leaks, and back in it goes. Okay, now we're at the spot where everybody has trouble at. It's basically feeding everything back through, so everything's also obviously fed through. It's just where it connects to the turbo is kind of annoying to get through because you would need like a pick with like a 90-degree to like pry it in. So that's what we're looking for. We don't have that tool though, but sometimes you just gotta improvise. It looks like this hose is the hose I was talking about earlier, right there. The one that me and Daryl redid was the one that's right here moving. Seems pretty steady, so I don't think we have to move that one. So probably just gonna leave it. But yeah, this is where we're at. Everything's fed through. We took off. Where's that?
Hey, look. There's like these, but it's not angled. This is like a sunglasses or eyeglass thing.
He's over there trying to bend the flathead. Sorry. So we got everything in. It was pretty annoying to get it in from the turbo side, which is right here, which is Daryl's tightening. We had to make our little custom hook tool with the flathead. We had to bend the flathead to bend the coupler or the silicone turbo inlet, so it hooks onto the turbo. Because I don't know if anybody's tried this or if you guys seen it on previous videos. It is pretty annoying to feed everything through here, and on top of that adjust the silicone pipe towards the passenger side of the car, because the turbo is sitting more towards the passenger side, so the inlet's literally sitting like at an angle because the turbo is right there and it has to come all the way over here. So that's pretty much what we had to do. That's why we had to make this little tool to hook it, obviously. Now Daryl's just tightening the turbo clamp, and then once we got the turbo clamp on, we got to put on the hose to the blow-off valve. Not this, but this. After that, we gotta put all these hoses, connect all these hoses like this one, put this one back in, and then there's another one in the back. One of them you can bypass, which is the one right there. That's the one that came off of the original one in this spot. In this spot. So I'm pretty sure they somebody made a video of bypassing the switch, or I don't even think it's a switch, but the plug, just so you don't have to check engine light on your car, because when you get an aftermarket turbo inlet, it doesn't have this whole bracket piece up here, because this, whatever
Should be in the toolbox.
Whatever this is, this connects to this like yay, and then obviously a plug goes into here. But in this case, we don't have this, so we seen online that people took off the pins inside and then just plugged it in to the female side in the engine bay, or the clip that's in the engine bay for this plug, and then it gets rid of the check engine light. But before we do all that, we're gonna make sure all the hoses are connected to where they need to be. Basically put everything back together, because this is our pretty much back in and ready to go. So we just need to put the hoses in, put the intake back in, hoses, blow off valve, and that should be it. Okay, now everything's pretty much in, tightened. Right now we're just matching up these hoses of where everything goes, making sure all these fittings are tightened, and these gold fittings thingamabobbers, that's to that. This is how it looks in the back. Daryl's currently building some contraption to block that hole off, because like I said, we're gonna bypass it with...
What the fuck were you doing?
Never mind, Daryl cut himself. But like I said, to bypass that hose and bypass the clip, we just we basically took out the clip itself and then plugged it in.
Where'd that plug come from? The white piece. The one
So now, Daryl, did you find the plug for that hole? The hose?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's working on finding a plug for that. And then what I'm doing right now is basically wiring all these hoses together, and then I gotta put in the intake. So now we're basically putting on the rear hose. Is giving us a little hard time, because the one that I said me and Daryl recently did, the one that was too short, the one that's connected to is just like, it doesn't have a groove, so it doesn't sit on flush, so if anything it could just slip out right away. That's why it's really hard to tighten it with the clamp, because it just slips off. But other than that, that just needs to go on. Once that's on, double check everything, make sure everything's buttoned up, everything's connected to everything, and put everything with the blow-off valve back together and the boost pipes. And then my sister says she wants to check the AOS lines to recut them and shorten them, but we'll see after that. Okay, so everything's put together now. That's that. Daryl's just finishing up the last boost pipe. Everything else is done. Alright guys, so we just finished everything. The new turbo inlet hose connector, whatever, went from this to that. He's in the house. Yeah guys, that's gonna conclude this video today. Working on the Subi. Battery's about to die, but I might catch you guys in the next video. Peace out. Like, comment, subscribe.